Hey, this is Liz Evans here of Hands On Bodyworks, and I wanted to connect with you today about something that's near and dear to my heart. This is the neck and shoulder release routine, new and improved. I think the last time I filmed it was about 4 or 5 years ago, and boy, a lot of new stuff has happened. If you've been attending Core Transformation, or if you're attending Core Transformation classes online, you know that the work just continually evolves. So we're just going to get started. Now, I'm going to do this seated for you because you can do it seated, but I would prefer that you do it standing. And if you're standing, you're going to put your weight in your heels. You're going to squeeze your glutes and you're going to lengthen through your core. Now, let's say you're sitting. You're going to put your weight in your sits bones. Don't curl your tailbone under, don't curl your shoulders forward. You're going to put your weight in your sits bones, slight squeeze of those glutes. Let's see if you can, slight squeeze of those glutes, and lengthen through your core, pressing, pressing, pressing the top of the head for the sky. You're always gonna be finding space in the spine. All right, so here we go. Neck and shoulder release routine. We're gonna start by first, this is the deluxe version, okay? You're gonna get everything. So rub those hands together, warming them up. Good. Bring them together, maybe move them out like this. Roll the wrist and fingers. We're gonna pin and press right here at the base of the chin. We're raking through the front of the neck, down into the pectoral muscles, into the chest. And when I say rake, oh, I just ripped my shirt. When I say rake, you're going to really pull and press into the muscle, okay? As we nod up and down. Now we're gonna start right back here behind the ear. On the edge of the occipital ridge, we are raking through as we, moving the ears from side to side. Oh, see, it's okay to mess it up. There's no such thing as messing up movement. Now we're gonna knead the dough at the top of the shoulders here. This is the trapezius muscle. People like to call this the psychological shock absorber of the body. Most people hold a lot of stress and tension here. I'm gonna turn around so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna pull away from the center of the neck as I nod up and down. Pulling away nice and slow. The slower the better. Really digging in, pressing into the tissue, allowing it to soften and warm. And now coming to the occipital ridge, the base of the skull here, and do circles right here. Doing little circles here. Every bit of connective tissue in the body ends up connecting right here. It's a beautiful place to work on. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab in on the scalp. So grab in at the roots of the hair and do little circles. See how I'm rotating my hands? Good, I'm grabbing another spot, rotating. Oh, this feels good. Now, the first time I did this, it didn't feel so great, but I promise you, if you add this into your routine, you're gonna get a soft and supple scalp, fewer headaches, because you're gonna be doing the work to release and soften the muscles, the thin muscle layer that's surrounding the scalp. All right, here we go. We're gonna go right into the neck bowl, drop chin to chest. Now, if you learn all these moves, you can do them in any order that you would like. As I come back, I'm gonna move my face. I'm still squeezing my glutes. I'm still lengthening my core. And I'm gonna take this nice and slow. Why? Because we are unwinding tension out of the neck. And if you run into a spot that's tight, stuck, sore, or tender, I'd like for you to slowly and gently let it go by slowing down the work. When I first started doing this, I used to hear little rubber band sounds. That's fascia. That's moving and stretching and realizing that it doesn't need to be there anywhere, holding the neck tight. We are creating supple and soft tissue here. You can do this as many times as you like, but try to keep it even. Good. All right, next, we're gonna go ahead and work on the arms, okay? So first, we're gonna start by frictioning the arm, moving the wrist and fingers all around. Good, we're gonna bring the hand in underneath the thumb, pull the thumb, and flex the wrist, and move those fingers. Good, and let's pull the fingers, rolling the saddle joint of the thumb. Good, and shaking it out. Good. Now we're going to work on the energy meridian. So we're going to have fingers coming in between these two bones here, and then the thumb's going to come in between the bones on the bottom, so it looks just like this. Let the wrist and the fingers just relax. As you squeeze, you're going to get the fingers to move involuntarily because you are activating those muscles. And here we go. Now we're going to roll around the heads of these bones. So you got the elbow here. You've got the two arm bones, little round heads. I want you to roll as you move the wrist and fingers. Oh, I've been massaging all day. This feels so good. All right, coming up the bicep and the tricep. The same way, we're going to come up the midline. Come all the way up. Now into the shoulder, I want you to just run different lines, just pressing up, waking that up. And now all around here, you've got little bony promontories where those muscles attach. Press in on them. Good. And now coming in, I want you skin to skin. Push this arm as far back onto the trapezius, actually towards the scapula. That's the chicken wing on the back here. And I want you to come back as far as you can. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to press the elbow into this hand and release, pull back in. Oh, feel all that openness happening in the shoulder. Press out, pull back in. Okay, this is where it gets marvelous, miraculous, delicious. Okay, here we go. We're going to rake through, bring your chin to this opposite shoulder here. And now rake through. See how I'm really kind of digging into the tissue. This arm's opening back. It's like I'm on a Broadway musical. Whoa! And I'm going to rake all the way across the chest. Okay, let's even that up. This arm should be feeling light and fluffy, and this arm is like jealous. Okay, so here we go. Let's friction. Good, and now coming in underneath that thumb, and we're going to flex, straightening the forearm. Move the fingers. Okay, good. And pull the fingers, rolling the saddle joint of that thumb. Good. And really try to straighten the forearm. It's not going to hurt. You're just creating a little stretch. Don't take it to pain. Shake that off. Good. Rolling the wrist and fingers. And here we go. Bringing the fingers in between the arm bone here and in between the arm bone underneath with the thumb. We're pressing all the way up. And let's roll those fingers around. Just kind of think of it as like dough. You're kind of kneading that dough around the edge of those bones as you move. This is a myofascial move. We're moving fascia, which is a deep way to affect your muscles. So coming up now, the top of the bicep, the middle of the tricep, coming all the way up the top and the bottom, and now come into the shoulders. Press a few different lines and now hit those bony points. You're just pressing in on them. You should feel a little release. Maybe there's a tender point. Circle around on it if you need to. And now we're going to go skin to skin over the shoulder. Come back as far as you can. We're going to push, first pull the elbow further back and now push the elbow out into the hand. Push, push, push. Releasing and push and pull in. And press and pull in. Oh, okay, here we go. Chin's coming to the opposite shoulder. Let's go ahead and rake through as we bring this arm back, raking through the musculature into the chest, all the way across, bringing the head back. Whoa! Good. Whew. Okay, we got one more move. This is the look around. We're gonna drop chin to chest and bring it around. Slight squeeze of those glutes. Check that core, lengthen through the core. Press the neck. When I say press, don't stop pressing. It's like you're trying to spin it around. Whew, and here we go. We're gonna bring the fingers to the center of the chest. We're gonna micro roll forwards out of the shoulder as we rake through the front of the chest, the pectoral muscle, into the shoulder girdle heel, pressing back. Now rolling the wrist and fingers. Good, and now moving the arm around, finding the wrist and fingers moving. Good. Nice. Okay, we're going to start here. You drop that arm, but rainbow the head on over and drop both shoulders like you're holding on the buckets, okay? It's like you're pulling from the elbow, from the wrist, from the hand, creating that length, feeling that stretch in the clavicle bone here, and squeeze the shoulder up into the ear. Now drop the shoulder, drop the ear a little lower. Squeeze the shoulder up and drop. Bringing that ear over to the other shoulder, rainbowing back. Now bring the head straight up, bring it around. Press the neck, press, press, press. Get ready. We're coming to the sternum here, the center of the chest. We're gonna micro roll forward out of that shoulder as you rake through. So there's work here, there's release. That's one of the principles of core transformation is we're working some parts and other parts are releasing. But the parts that are working, they're gonna be really released deeper. Okay, we micro roll backwards and now move the wrist and fingers all around. As we move through, pressing and raking through. Good, now we're gonna rainbow the ear over to the other shoulder and drop. Squeeze the shoulder up into the ear and drop. Bring the ear a little closer. Oh. And squeeze. And drop. Rainbow over. Good. All right, a little more love here at the trapezius, kneading that dough. And if you really want to make it special, go ahead and let's do some Tapotna with the fingers over the sternum. That's the center of the chest. And cupping. So we've worked the meridians all up and down the arms. We're going to get the ribs. Oh, feeling good. I hope that helps you feel great. And if it is helping you out, if it is loosening up the neck and shoulders, keeping it supple, I'd say do it at least 4 times a week. But if it's helping you, please drop me a line. I love to be a blessing to you. I love you. That's why I do this stuff. Have a wonderful day.